Welcome back, my legends. It's Scion, and we're going to do the next top 5, and it's going to be looter shooters. Now, again, I'll explain the rules. What it basically works at is going to be 20% of each equation, which is pretty much I look at population, I look at YouTube numbers, Twitch numbers, and then overall just the feel of the game. I'll also leave an extra veto vote, which is my own vote, basically where I can override if something just doesn't add up and something ends up number 1 based off of some weird and wonky numbers. But in most cases, that won't happen. Now, looter shooters are an interesting genre because it's a genre that just recently got, I guess you could say, popular. Because before it was just like these games just would come out and everybody would kind of like it, but not truly take any advantage of the actual looter shooters. Like, and like you see, like this is Hounds Online right now, but this game kind of like died out because people didn't take advantage of it. I thought this game was fun as a looter shooter, but you know, people just didn't take advantage of this game, and it just is going to happen like that. This is going to be a very interesting list. Number 5. Bank. So Shadow Warrior, which is number 5, is pretty much one of those looter shooters that is more of a single player game, but they added on multiplayer, and the multiplayer ended up being really... Now you're probably asking what happened. Like, why do you not hear anything about this game anymore? Now, for some reason, like most games that come out, it seems like the company isn't prepared to actually support certain things, and I think that kind of what happened when it came to the multiplayer in this game. I don't think they even anticipated people like it that much, or that it was good in their eyes. Most companies feel that all their games are good, but I really think that they kind of just gave up when it came to this, like, because this game was pretty awesome. Like, it's pretty awesome as a multiplayer game, and I had a lot of fun in it. I had a lot of fun playing with people. I had a lot of fun, you know, going back into it to look around to see if anybody is still playing it. I could actually still get a game, and people still stream it, which shocked me. I thought that there was going to be nobody streaming this game, but I found people streaming it and then playing multiplayer, so I had to put it at 5. It wasn't a lot, but I had to put it at 5. Okay, next up is a little bit of a shocker, but you know, you get to it. Fortnite. Now, Fortnite is interesting in a lot of ways because it gets more attention now for the PvP side of it, which wasn't even a thing when the game first came out. I like the PvE side. I'm like one of the few people who like the PvE side. When you see somebody streaming this game right now, it's all PvP. It's all doing the arena style, battle royal, everybody last man standing type of thing. But the PvE side was fun for me. I like the building, which you can't do in the PvP side. I like the overall feel of the zombie hordes against you as you against the world. The finding the secrets, like getting loot. Of course, the loot. You gotta love the loot because that's like the title of this video. There was so much loot in this game, getting the different guns, even getting the different champions that you can play with. And like some of them are cool, some of them are bulky and just ugly looking. Like, it's just all the way around. This is a very good game. It's a balanced, complete game. If I had a category for the most complete game, this probably be 1 or 2, because this is a complete game from top to bottom. It has the PvE, it has the PvP. Even the loot box stuff isn't as broken as other games, so it deserves its spot. All right, number 3 is a little bit interesting because last year I would have, like, there was just in sheer what was going on in this game, I would have threw this game out of the list all the way around. But for some reason, Ubisoft likes to F games up and then make a major comeback. I don't know how they do it. I don't know how they put themselves in that situation, but this game was so trash when it first came out, and I was so aggravated with it overall. But now it's a complete game. It's a very good game, PvE, PvP wise, playing with people. I really like this looter shooter, and on top of that, they inundated it with so much loot that there's something for everybody. There's something for everybody. There's some in this game. It's a tactical shooter, so it's not so much run and gun. You can do it. It won't work out that well for you, but you should definitely try to heed the game's mechanics, because the game's mechanics work in your favor. Just, you know, hiding and shooting and, you know, just the various things like that, having suppression, getting headshots, learning how to properly aim, all that goes into this game and makes it fun. Team base wise, just getting positioning and everybody working together, having different traits and skills and different set bonuses on their gear works out well, so you can have some synergy and have a lot of fun in this game. Like it came a long way. I thought it was dead in the water, but they made an excellent comeback, so it definitely earns its spot. All right, number 2. All right, so here's where things got hard for me with this particular list. It's a problem because I believe that Warframe should be number 1. But in the equation, even when I veto and throw in my vote on top of the system, it still is not number 1. And just because number 1 vastly like outranks and just does everything. But Warframe itself, I think, is another game that probably on this list is a complete game. It probably would be number 1. They have PvP. They got Fashion Frame, which if in Warframe, that basically means you're just going to be running around with the best looking type of Warframe, and you know, just sexy looking, all type of stuff. They have raiding. They even have a little bit of silliness with soccer. They have like Unaro. You know, it's pretty much soccer and cheesy and everything else. They got the weapons. They got the loot. Like, you're gonna get loot. Warframe is good for loot, and matter of fact, that's probably one of its downfalls. That focuses a little bit too much on loot and should focus on other things. One of the things that's also a little bit down on Warframe is that its community, the creators don't actually show all of the game. They all have their niches and stuff like that, and some people show it, but not a lot of people show it, and that's why it struggles a bit on YouTube and Twitch, because you need to actually show a whole game and actually have fun in the whole game, so people will come in and play a whole game. But if the actual content creators aren't doing that, then it kind of is going to struggle on those particular platforms, because people want to see a whole game. So that's kind of why it didn't end up being number 1. And at number 1, which you probably already know, which I really do not like this, but you got to be fair. This is the way the equation works, and you know, just to be fair overall, Destiny 2 does deserve to be number 1. Now, in my equation, basically to figure out which is number 1, which is not, here's the way things work. Destiny vastly outperforms all the rest of the games on Twitch and YouTube. I look up numbers and just look over the overall searches, and by far Destiny was 5 times larger in Twitch presence and YouTube presence and actual overall population as playing, which, like, I can't, there's nothing I can do about that. It's just the numbers. You guys can go and look it up, type in Destiny 2 and a Google search, and you'll see, it's like millions, like vastly over the other games in this list. Now, even with me throwing the veto, because I vetoed the hell out of this being number 1 when I saw what was going to happen on the equation, which only gives me 20% power. Even though I'm the person making this, I'm still trying to be fair overall, just in case, you know, maybe I feel that something's a little bit weird and wonky, then maybe I would throw in my, I'd throw in my 20%. That's all it gave me, because I just want to be fair in this situation. But even with that, Destiny 2, with its lack of content and just weird PvP right now, because the systems are it's just weird all the way around. But even with all of that, the game overall is still a good game. This is Destiny 1.5 in my opinion. There's nothing really wrong with that. It's just that I just didn't like the packaging that they put on, like, hey, Destiny 2, like, we do like this. Just easily could have just been like an expansion, and they just brought it to PC and nobody would have complained. But you know, they did what they did. It's called Destiny 2. We're going a little bit backwards as far as content, because we don't have a lot of content on Destiny 2 right now. But when it gets content, it'll probably be still the number 1 game right now. It's just like, we have to be fair and realistic about this whole thing. Even though I know some of you guys are going to be Warframe fans, some of you guys are going to be Destiny 2 fans, like, I had to keep this as fair as possible, and Destiny 2 does deserve to be number 1 as far as looter shooters. Warframe could easily overtake it with, you know, minor things. Like, Warframe needs to concentrate more on its story, on its lore, give us more things to do in the game, as far as the veterans, and stop necessarily catering all the time to just, you know, getting the new people and the casuals into the game. Like, that's all fine, you can do all that, but you have to pay attention to the people like me who've been there for like 4 or 5 years, who want a challenge. We want all that. That should be a focus. That should be the main focus, and then you turn around and worry about the casuals. It should not be the other way around. Fortnite needs to worry about its PvE side. That's the problem. going on right now with Fortnite. They got fame with the PvP side and Battle Royale. That's all well and good. I'm clapping for you guys, but you need to pay attention to your PvE side because that's what the game started and you just gave up on it, in my opinion, and that's why Fortnite is not any higher than what it is. Shadow Warrior, I think, is dead in the water, even though it's on this list. People are still playing it, but I don't think they're going to do anything else with Shadow Warrior, to be honest with you. And the Division is in a tough place because they're climbing. They're doing so good, and I'm actually proud of Ubisoft, but kind of annoyed with them at the same time because they can't never seem to do it right in the beginning. If they had did all the stuff that they're doing right now in the beginning, the Division would be easily a top 10 game on Twitch and YouTube right now, easily, if not top 5, if they had done all this from the start. But people get so tired of a company effing up over the course of time that they give up and they never come back. And that's the unfortunate side of the Division right now and why it's on the list. So I hope you guys understand all of this. I hope you guys understand the equation is designed for there to be realism in it and not just be about my opinion. It's numbers that you guys can easily look up. So hope you guys get it. Hope you guys like this, and I will see you guys in the next video, which will be award season. Peace.